Breaking news, a decision by the Idaho Supreme Court sends shockwaves through the state. One Veteran Valley police officer says the ruling against warrantless arrests sets law enforcement back 20 years. And a spokeswoman for the Women and Children's Alliance says it puts victims of domestic violence in even more danger. CBS 2's Scott Logan is live at the Idaho Supreme Court with more on this decision.
Law enforcement and supporters of domestic violence victims are trying to figure out exactly how this Supreme Court ruling is going to affect them. And I talked to one police officer who said this ruling will have life or death consequences. The Idaho Supreme Court ruled unanimously Wednesday the state constitution prohibits police officers from arresting someone for a misdemeanor unless officers have a warrant or actually saw the crime being committed.
Before the ruling, we would make the determination who was the primary aggressor in the domestic violence situation, and we would make our arrest based upon probable cause at that time.
But now?
But now we don't have that ability.
Bastarachea says that ability allowed police to separate those involved in a confrontation and diffuse the situation. A spokeswoman for the Women's and Children's Alliance says if an officer has to go get a warrant, it leaves the victim in more danger.
Yes, I'm angry. I'm angry for the victims. I can't say I'm angry at the Supreme Court, but I sure can't help but thinking, was there not another way? Was there not something else they could have done?
The ruling came in a drug conviction case in which drugs were found after a man was arrested without a warrant. In the ruling, Justice Joel Horton wrote, quote, "We are fully mindful of the significance of this conclusion. Domestic violence is a serious crime that causes substantial damage to victims and children. Nevertheless, the extremely powerful policy considerations which support upholding Idaho Code must yield to the requirements of the Idaho Constitution."
I'm not disputing their ruling or their justification for the ruling. It's just a devastating ruling for us. And really what that means is I really think it is imperative that the governor and the state legislature come together and amend the state constitution and fix this.
And in a statement, a spokeswoman for the Boise Police Department says the department is following legal advice from the city attorney's office regarding the impact of this decision on day-to-day operations. And a spokeswoman for the Supreme Court says this ruling, this decision, has not been finalized, and the Supreme Court does not comment on pending decisions. Live at the Supreme Court, Scott Logan, CBS 2 News.
Scott, thank you.